Hello, I'm meteorologist David Keller, and one of the big questions we always get this time of year, what is our winter going to be like here in the Ozarks? So for us here at the First Alert Weather Center, we're going to take a stab at that winter outlook forecast. So there's a couple of things that I look at when I try to put this together. It's where are the weather patterns lining up as we head into the winter season? And right now I'm seeing two main weather patterns that I think will be driving most of our winter activity as we head into the winter months. The first one is a big East Coast trough that tends to be a colder and drier pattern here in the Ozarks as storms dive down towards the East Coast and then up towards the northeast. And that's been what we've seen this week with that Thanksgiving storm system bringing snow and lots of rain to the north and east. And it also tends to bring in much colder air, as we've seen temperatures in the teens the last couple of nights. And this pattern does have the potential of bringing us a couple of Arctic blasts this winter with temperatures in the teens, maybe single digits, as well as a good chance for snow across the middle of the Midwest there, while keeping the Southwest warm and dry. The other weather pattern that I've been seeing over the last couple of months or so is a big trough in the western United States that tends to take storm systems from the desert Southwest towards the Great Lakes. And that means warmer but wetter and stormier conditions over the lower Mississippi Valley into the middle Atlantic. And that could mean some heavier rain and maybe even some severe weather with this weather pattern, and that'll tend to keep the colder air bottled up to our north and west where there could be some significant snows, at least initially. As we go deeper into the winter, this pattern may shift a little bit to the south and east, and that could put us in that zone for some wintry conditions. So on the average across the country, this is what I'm expecting. More below normal temperatures across the Great Lakes into the Midwest and the Northeast. That could bring some snows while temperatures stay fairly warm along the Gulf Coast and into the south and west, while precipitation stays above average for the lower Mississippi Valley and onto the north and east, as well as across the mountains in the western United States. And that could bring some heavy snows for them. That's good news if you're going skiing this winter. So snow, this is where I'm expecting the majority of the snow to fall this year. That's not to say snow won't fall across Oklahoma and Texas, but this is where the best potential for that heavy snow will be with those storm tracks this winter. But also keep in mind, with that southern storm track, there is the potential for icing, as we've seen already, from Texas through Oklahoma and on up towards Pennsylvania or so. So we will have that potential for snow and ice here in the Ozarks, as well as some wild temperature swings. So yeah, pretty normal for this area. So on the average, I think below average temperatures here in the Ozarks, big warm-ups between those storms, near to above average snowfall, which could be different from the last several winters. And we do have that potential for a couple significant winter storms with maybe some heavy snow, as well as some ice and an elevated severe weather threat with that warmer weather pattern as storms transition from the desert Southwest towards the Gulf or the Great Lakes, and of course above average precipitation. So that's our winter outlook from here in the First Alert Weather Center. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend.